versus West and the Berlin Wall being built in between.
Berliners awoke to a barbed wire fence surrounding the western part of the city, a barrier to contain East Germans hungry for the lifestyles of the West. Overnight, families were split, and East Berliners working in the West were cut off from their jobs. Barbed wire soon became a sprawling concrete colossus, stretching 155 kilometers. Thousands of armed guards kept watch from 302 observation towers. Now, looking out from the east, past the outer wall, is an area known as the Death Zone, where guards will shoot to kill. A signal fence here sends a silent alarm when touched. Next, tank traps before a terrible carpet of metal spikes, nicknamed Stalin's Lawn. Then, the wall as the West saw it, 3.6 meters tall, topped with a half pipe in places to make it scaling it almost impossible.
What is that doing?
I have no idea, son. I'm scared. Don't be scared.
The Berlin Wall was built on August 13, 1961. The wall was 11 feet tall and more than 87 miles long. The wall split the West and East Berlin apart. The families were split apart. The United States have a meeting about the problems in Berlin. They debate on whether or not to send supplies to aid the people of West Berlin.
First order of business is to discuss what's going on in Berlin.
The wall is separating the East and the West Berlin, destroying the economy.
She's right with the wall. No supplies will be able to enter West Berlin.
People will starve or kill each other.
Y'all make very good points. We need to find a way to aid them.
What about air transportation?
Yes, we could fly over supplies, but how will we draw them over there?
We could send multiple planes, but what plane?
What about the C-47 and the C-54?
Yes, that is what we will do.
Approximately 102 C-47s, each with cargo capacity of 3 tons, and 2 of the larger C-54s that could carry 10 tons apiece were used during the so-called Berlin airlift.
We're trying to drop food and supplies to them to help them out.
It was determined that the city daily food rations in total 1,534 tons to keep over 2 million people alive. That's not including other necessities like coal and food. In fact, the largest quantity of anything required was coal.
An extraordinary night of euphoria in Berlin. Within hours of East Germany's decision to let its people go by opening the border to the west, the city erupted in a frenzy of celebration. East German border guards watched as jubilant crowds danced on the infamous Berlin Wall that's divided Europe for a generation. All night, thousands of Berliners from both east and west streamed through the crossing points. And throughout the night, our correspondents have been out with them. Our first report from East Berlin comes from Brian Hanrahan.
It was to Bornholmer-Strasse in the north of the city that most Berliners hurried to check what was happening. It was here in the past that East Germans with permission to travel were filtered in and out of the country. But tonight, there were no filters, no checks. Midnight, the border...
After the chaos, the Berlin Wall was finally torn down on November 9, 1989. Even after the wall was torn down, the U.S. still brought supplies to stockpile. When the wall was torn down, the families were reunited and they were finally happy. They no longer had to sneak and escape or die trying to get across the wall and hide. When the wall came down, it felt like peace again. If this wall hadn't been destroyed, who knows what state of mind and condition West mostly and East would be in.